We're going to do some problems with sigma notation. We're going to talk about what sigma notation looks like, how to expand things that are already written in sigma notation, and how to write things in sigma notation. So this symbol here is the sigma, and what it represents is sum. And so this problem is saying that we want to add whatever you get when you plug in 2 all the way to whatever you get when you plug in 6. You want to add it together. That's called a series, but this is just the notation that represents that. So I'm not asking you to find the sum today, I'm just asking you to know how to write the equation. So you're going to start by just plugging in the number into n. So this is the starting point, so that means you start with 2. Well, the next number is 3. If I plug in 3, I get 3. Next number is 4, so I plug in 4, and you do this all the way up until 6. It just so happens that this equation is n, so that's why those are just the numbers. And that's all you do to expand it. If you want the sum, obviously you can add it, but there's some formulas that will go along with it as well. So number 2, we start with 3, and we go to 7. So you plug in 3 and see what you get. So when you plug in 3, you get 4 times 3, which is 12. 12 minus 7 is 5, so 5 is our first number in our series. Take 4, plug 4 in, so 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 7 is 9. Then we take 5, plug in 5. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 minus 7 is 13. And then you would do that for 6, and then for 7. That's how you expand that. Alright, number 3. Notice it's a geometric series. This one starts at 0, so you'll plug in 0. When I do 1/2 to the negative 1, well, that means 2, so our first one is 6. Then I plug in 1, which that's 0, so my next one is 3. Now I'm going to plug in 2. And if you already know that this is going to be a geometric series, and you're dividing by 2 or multiplying by half, you can just divide by 2 until you get to that many terms. So divide by 2 again. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. We need to do it one more time. And so that would be how you would expand that. So now we're going to talk about how you would write it in sigma notation. So if we have these numbers, I want to figure out how to write it in that notation I just had. So I know I'm going to start off with the sigma. We'll start with some number and go to some number. This is just the equation of the sequence. So all of this is a series because it has pluses in it. What I put here is the equation of the sequence. So looking at this sequence, it looks like I'm adding 4 every time. So I know it's going to be 4n. And then if I subtract 4 at the beginning, that would be 0. So plus 0 or just 4n. And when you use these formulas, like the arithmetic and geometric formula, to come up with the equation, that means you're starting at 1. Now, I want you to know that you could have another equation here and start at a different number, and that would be okay. But if you just use the formulas that we've talked about, then you're starting at 1 and you're going to how many ever terms there are. I can just count here. I know this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms, so I'm going to put a 5 right there. On the next one, again, I'm going to start with my sigma. Alright, looks like I'm multiplying by 2 every time. So I know it's going to be 2 to the n minus 1. My first term is 1, so if you want to have that 1 there, that's okay. And that's the formula for the geometric sequence. And again, if you're doing it geometrically, you're starting at 1. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms, so this is going to 6. You could start it at 0 and go to 5 if you had a different equation like 2 to the n here. So really it just, there's not one specific answer unless you're just using our formulas that we talked about. Alright, so number 6 and number 7, same kind of problem, but you just can't count how many terms there are, so let's talk about what we would do here. First of all, on this one we're adding 4 every time. So I know it's 4n. And then I subtract 4 from this one, so I know 4n plus 1. Alright, I'm using my formula, so I know I start at 1. And if you're unsure and want to make sure, plug in a 1, make sure you get 5. you do. Now, you could figure out this number several ways. You could set 4n plus 1 equal to 101 and then just solve it and see what you get. You do get 25. I will remind you that you could put the equation in the calculator. Since you have your calculators for this, you could go to your table. I'm on Ask right now, so I need to go to Auto. But what I'm going to look for when I go to the table is I'm going to look for 101 because I know that's the last term that we're talking about. There's 101, so I know that 25 is the last term. That's the other way to do it if you don't want to just solve the equation. And then on the last one, again, let's talk about how you do that. So we're adding 2 every time. So I know it's 2n. If I subtract 2, it's 0, so that's just a 2n. So I start at n equals 1. I'm trying to figure out what makes that work. And so, again, you can put it in your calculator, or you could set the equation equal to that number. We find out that n is 100, so I'm going to put 100 here, and then that's the equation.